Hello, and welcome to Today English podcast. I am very happy that you are here with me today. This podcast is a place where we learn English together in a simple and enjoyable way. When you listen here, you will not only practice your English listening and speaking skills, but you will also learn about important life topics. These are topics that can help you grow, improve yourself, and feel more confident in life. Today, we are going to talk about something that is true for every single person in the world. It does not matter if you are young or old, rich or poor, a student or a worker. This idea is the same for all of us. It is about success. But not only success, we will also talk about what it really takes to succeed. The title of our episode today is Success Requires Sacrifice. I hope you enjoy listening, and I hope you learn something useful for your own life. What is success? Let's begin with a very simple question. What is success? Success means reaching a goal. It means you decide that you want something, you work for it, and then finally, you get it. But here's something important. Success looks different for every person. For one person, success might mean finishing school. For another person, success might mean getting a good job. For someone else, success might mean speaking English fluently. Success can also be something very small, like cooking a tasty meal for your family. Or it can be something big, like starting your own business. No matter how big or small, success always gives you a special feeling. You feel happy. You feel proud. You feel strong inside because you reached your goal. So remember this. Success does not always mean being famous or rich. Success simply means you wanted something, you worked for it, and you achieved it. What is sacrifice? Now let's think about another important word, sacrifice. What does sacrifice mean? Sacrifice means giving up something. But you do not just give it up for no reason. You give it up because you want something better in the future. When we make a sacrifice, we choose to lose something small today, so we can win something bigger tomorrow. Let me give you some examples. Maybe you stop playing video games in the evening because you want to use that time to study English. Maybe you spend less money on clothes or fun things because you are saving money for a laptop or a phone. Maybe you wake up early in the morning, even when you are tired, because you want more time to exercise or to read. All of these are examples of sacrifice. It is not always easy. In fact, sometimes it feels very hard. But sacrifice is often necessary if we want to grow and succeed. Success and sacrifice go together. Now here is the big idea of today's episode. Success requires sacrifice. You cannot have success without giving something, your time, your energy, or your comfort. Think about it. If you want to learn English, you must spend time studying and practicing. You cannot only watch TV or scroll on your phone all day. If you want to be healthy, you must eat good food and exercise. You cannot only eat junk food and stay in bed all the time. If you want to be good at your job, you must work hard, learn new skills, and sometimes stay focused when you feel tired. Every success has a cost. Every success requires a sacrifice. Why this matters for you? This is why I want you to remember something important. Whenever you see someone who is successful, someone who speaks English very well, someone who has a great job, someone who is strong and healthy, do not only look at the result. Also think about the sacrifices they made. Maybe they studied late at night when their friends were out having fun. Maybe they practiced again and again, even when they made mistakes. Maybe they saved money carefully instead of buying everything they wanted. Their success is connected to their sacrifices. And the same is true for you. Whatever goal you have, you will need to give up something to reach it. Tips for making sacrifices. Now, let me share a few tips for making small sacrifices that can help you succeed. 1. Start small. You do not need to give up everything at once. Just choose one small habit to change. For example, 20 minutes less on your phone and 20 minutes more for English practice. 2. Think about the future. Always remember why you are making a sacrifice. You are not losing something. You are investing in your future. 3. Be consistent. Sacrifice is not about one big action. It is about small choices every day. Step by step, those choices create success. So, my friend, the lesson today is simple but powerful. Success requires sacrifice. If you want to succeed, you must be ready to give up something today for a better tomorrow. It might not always feel easy, but it will always be worth it. Stay with me in this journey, listen carefully, and repeat some of the sentences after me. This will help you practice your speaking and also remember the message better. Are you ready? Let's continue together. What is success? Success is different for different people. We all want different things in life. That's why success does not look the same for everyone. For one person, success might mean finishing school. They study for many years. They go to classes, do homework, take exams, and finally one day, they receive their diploma or their degree. When they hold that paper in their hand, they feel proud. That is success for them. For another person, success is finding a job. They want to work, earn money, and take care of their family. Maybe they search for a long time, maybe they try again and again. But one day, they finally get the job they wanted. That moment feels like success. For someone else, success is being a good parent. They want to give love and care to their children. They want their children to grow up strong, happy, and healthy. When they see their children smile, do well in school, or live a good life, the parents feel successful. Let me give you another example. Maybe for you, success means learning English. You want to speak English so you can travel, study, or work in another country. At first, it feels difficult. But then one day, you understand a new word. Another day, you have a short conversation in English. That is success. And later, when you can speak more easily, when you can understand movies, books, or people from around the world, that is even bigger success. Do you see the point? Success is not always something huge like being rich or famous. Success can be small, and that is completely okay. Maybe today you decide to wake up early and go for a short walk. If you do it, that is success. Maybe you decide to finish reading a short book. When you finish it, that is success. Maybe you decide to cook dinner for your family. If you do it with love and care, that is also success. Success is about reaching your goal, whether that goal is big or small. Success is personal. Another thing to remember is this: success is personal. It belongs to you. Your idea of success may not be the same as someone else's idea of success, and that is perfectly fine. For example, maybe your friend thinks success means buying a big house or a new car. But for you, success may mean having good friends or enjoying a happy, healthy family. Success does not need to look the same for everyone. What matters most is what makes you feel proud, strong, and happy. Is success only money? Sometimes people think success means only one thing: having a lot of money. But that is not true. Money can be part of success, but it is not the only thing. You can be successful in many different ways. You can be successful at your job. You can be successful in learning new skills. You can be successful by helping other people. You can be successful by staying healthy. You can even be successful by becoming a kinder and more patient person. Success is about reaching a goal. It is about working for that goal and not giving up. And when you finally reach it, you feel proud of what you have done. Success is not always easy. But let's be honest, Success is not always easy. Sometimes it feels hard. Sometimes it takes a long time. Sometimes you want to quit. And this is why in today's podcast we are also talking about sacrifice. Because to reach success, you often need to give up something. You might need to give up your free time. You might need to give up comfort. You might need to give up fun for a little while. That is why success and sacrifice are always connected. A question for you. Before we move on, I want you to stop and think for a moment. What does success mean for you? What is one small goal that you want to reach this week? Maybe you want to learn 5 new English words. Maybe you want to have a 5-minute English conversation with a friend. Maybe you want to read 1 page of a book in English. Whatever it is, choose a small goal. When you do it, you will feel happy. You will feel proud. And that will be your success. Moving forward. So, now that we have a clear idea of what success is, let's move on to the next important word, sacrifice. What is sacrifice? Why is it important when we want to succeed? Let's talk about that together, step by step. Sacrifice may sound like a difficult word, but don't worry. I will explain it slowly and clearly so you can understand it well. Sacrifice means giving up something. What is sacrifice? So now that we understand what success is, let's talk about something that always goes together with success. That word is sacrifice, but what does sacrifice really mean? Sacrifice means you give up something. But why do we give it up? We give it up because we want something even better in the future. Think about it like this. You have 2 choices in front of you. One choice is easy, fun, and comfortable right now. The other choice is harder. It takes effort. It may even feel uncomfortable. But this harder choice will help you get something amazing later. When you choose the harder thing, when you give up the easy option, that is sacrifice. In very simple words, sacrifice is when you lose something small today so that you can win something bigger tomorrow. Examples of sacrifice. Let's look at some examples to make it clear. Example 1, school. Maybe you want to do well in school. You want to get good marks. You want to finish your studies successfully. But to do that, you need to study after class. Maybe your friends are watching movies, playing games, or going out to have fun. You really want to go with them. But instead, you say no. You stay at home and study. You give up your free time. That is sacrifice. You say no to fun for now because you want success in school later. Example 2, money. Here is another example. Maybe you want to save money for your education. You want to go to college or university. Or maybe you want to take a special course. You know it will cost money. So, what do? You stop spending on small fun things. Maybe you don't buy the newest phone. Maybe you don't eat at restaurants very often. Maybe you don't buy new clothes every month. Instead, you save that money carefully. That is sacrifice. You give up a little fun today because you want a better future tomorrow. Example 3, health. Let's think about one more example. Maybe you want to become stronger or healthier. Or maybe you want to get better at a sport. To do that, you need to train. You need to practice. So, you wake up early every morning. Your bed is warm, soft, and comfortable. You want to sleep more. But instead, you get up. You put on your shoes. You exercise. That is sacrifice. You give up comfort because you want health, strength, and energy. Everyday sacrifices. Sacrifice does not only happen in school, money, or sports. It can happen in everyday life. Maybe you want to learn English. You could spend 1 hour watching TV or scrolling on social media. But instead, you use that time to listen to this podcast. That is sacrifice. Maybe you give up playing a video game for just 20 minutes so you can write some sentences in English. That is also sacrifice. Maybe you go to bed a little earlier so you can wake up with more energy for the next day. That is a small but powerful sacrifice. These small sacrifices may not feel very big at first, but they are important. They help you grow step by step. Why sacrifice feels hard? Of course, sacrifice is not always easy. We all like comfort. We all like fun. We all like to relax. But here is the truth. When we really want something, when we really have a goal, we must be ready to give up some of these things for a little while. That is the price of success. And the good news is this: in the end, it is always worth it. The fun can wait. The comfort can wait. But when you reach your goal, when you achieve success, you will feel very happy and very proud. At that moment, all the small sacrifices will not feel so hard anymore. A question for you. Now, let's stop for a moment and think together. Can you think of a time in your life when you gave up something because you wanted to reach a goal? Maybe you stayed home to study instead of going out with friends. Maybe you saved money to buy something important. Maybe you practiced every day to get better at a skill. That was your sacrifice. And if it helped you move closer to your goal, then it was worth it. Why does success require sacrifice? Now let's talk about a very important question. Why does success always need sacrifice? The truth is, success is not easy. It is not something that just appears in your life. Success does not fall from the sky. And it is not free. You cannot simply wish for success, sit back, and wait for it to arrive. No, it doesn't work like that. Success comes after you try hard. Success comes after you make choices. And many times, those choices are not easy. Very often, they mean giving up something you enjoy right now so that you can get something even better later. This is the reason why success requires sacrifice. Success takes time, energy, and focus. Think about this carefully. Imagine you have a big goal. Maybe you want to pass an important exam. Maybe you want to speak English fluently. Maybe you want to start your own business. Whatever your goal is, it will need something from you. It will need your time, your energy, and your focus. But here is the problem. Your time, your energy, and your focus are limited. You cannot do everything at the same time. If you give more time to your goal, it means you will have less time for other things. If you give more energy to your goal, it means you must stop using energy on things that do not help you. And this is exactly where sacrifice comes in. Example 1. The student. Let's look at a simple example. Think of a student who wants to do well in school. He knows that if he wants good marks, he must study. But after school, he feels tired. He wants to watch movies or play video games. His friends call him and ask him to go out. Now he must make a choice. If he chooses to watch movies, he will not have enough time to study. If he chooses to study, he must give up the movie or the games. When he chooses studying, that is sacrifice. He gives up fun now because he knows that success in school will make him happier in the future. Example 2. The athlete. Here is another example. Think of an athlete, someone who plays sports. She wants to win a race or a competition. She wants to be the best. She knows that to be strong, she must train every day. So each morning, while other people are still sleeping, she wakes up early. She puts on her shoes and goes running. Even when she feels tired, even when her bed feels warm and soft, she gets up. She trains. What is she doing? She is giving up her comfort. She sacrifices her sleep because she has a bigger dream. She wants to win. She wants to be her best. That is sacrifice. Comfort versus growth. This shows us something very important. Success always needs you to give up comfort. We all love to feel comfortable. We all love to relax, to rest, to enjoy fun activities. And of course, comfort is nice and sometimes necessary. But comfort will not help you grow. Growth comes when you step outside your comfort zone. Growth comes when you do the harder thing. Growth comes when you make a sacrifice. So, if you want success, you must be ready to give up comfort. Let's stop here for a quick reflection. Can you think of something you want to achieve, maybe in school, at work, or in your personal life? Now ask yourself, what comfort will I need to give up to reach that goal? Say your answer out loud if you can. This is not only good practice for your English speaking, but also a way to make your goal feel real. Small sacrifices, big results. We all love comfort. We all love easy things. We like to sit, relax, and do what feels simple. It feels good. But here's the truth. Easy things do not usually bring success. Success comes when you are willing to do the hard work. Success comes when you leave your comfort zone, the place where everything feels easy and safe. When you step outside that comfort zone, that is. When you start to grow. That is when you move closer to your goal. Sacrifice is not always big. Now, here's something important to remember. A sacrifice does not always need to be big. Many times, sacrifice is small. For example, maybe you want to improve your English. Instead of watching a video in your own language, you listen to an English podcast. Instead of using your phone for fun before bed, you practice speaking English for 10 minutes. These are small sacrifices. But if you make them again and again, they help you get closer to success. Success takes time. Success is not fast. It takes time. And during this time, you will need to make many small sacrifices. You will need to choose your goal again and again. Every time you choose your goal instead of choosing comfort, you move one step closer to success. Every small sacrifice makes you stronger. That is why success requires sacrifice. Success needs your time. It needs your energy. It needs your focus. And if you want to give time, energy, and focus to your goal, you must take them away from something else. The good news. But here is the good news. When you finally reach your goal, all the sacrifices will feel small. When you see your success, you will feel proud. You will know inside your heart that every sacrifice was worth it. The TV shows you didn't watch, the videos you didn't scroll, the comfort you gave up, suddenly, they will not feel important anymore. What will feel important is your achievement. A question for you. So now, let's stop for a moment. Think about this. What is your goal right now? What small sacrifice can you make today to move closer to it? Maybe it's 10 minutes of practice. Maybe it's turning off the TV and reading something useful. Maybe it's waking up a little earlier to study. Think about it. Choose one small sacrifice. And remember this, success needs sacrifice. But in the end, you will be glad you made it. Many small sacrifices are better than one big one. Now let's talk about something very important. Many people believe that to succeed, they must make one big sacrifice. They think they must give up everything all at once. For example, they think, I must study for hours and hours every day. I must stop all fun. I must work like crazy. But that is not true. Success often comes from many small sacrifices, not one big sacrifice. These small sacrifices may not feel very important at first. You might think it's only 10 minutes, it doesn't matter. But when you do them again and again, every day, they build up. Over time, they help you move closer and closer to your goal. And one day, you look back and realize how far you have come. Small sacrifices can bring big results. Example, learning English. Let's think about this together. Imagine you want to improve your English. You want to speak more clearly. You want to understand people better. But you feel busy. You feel like you have no time. You tell yourself, I will practice one day, when I have more time. But here is the truth, you don't need hours every day. You can start small. You can start with just 20 or 30 minutes a day. That's it. If you choose to spend 30 minutes each day practicing English, you will see progress. Where can you find those 30 minutes? Maybe you stop scrolling on your phone. Maybe you watch fewer short videos online. Maybe you wake up just a little earlier or study during your lunch break. Those are small sacrifices. They do not feel very big. But if you do them every day, the results will be amazing. So remember this: small sacrifices, big results. You don't need to change your whole life in one day. You just need to make small choices again and again. Those small choices will lead you to success. Small sacrifices, big success. Maybe you spend less time playing games. Just imagine this. Instead of playing for 1 more hour, you stop 30 minutes earlier. That's small. Sacrifice, just 30 minutes of fun, can help you reach your goal of speaking better English. And here's the magic. When you do this every day, it adds up. After 1 week, you will have 3.5 hours of extra practice. After 1 month, you will have more than 14 hours. After 1 year, you will see a big change in your English. Your small daily sacrifice will give you a big result. Example: saving money for a goal. Here's another example. Let's say you want to buy a useful book to help you study. Maybe you don't have a lot of extra money right now, but you decide to make a small sacrifice each week. Instead of buying a sweet drink, instead of buying a snack, you save that money. Maybe it's just $1, maybe $2, or even less. But if you do this every week, soon you will have enough to buy the book. You did not need to save a lot all at once. You just needed to make small choices again and again. And in the end, you reach your goal. Example: health and habits. Small sacrifices work in other parts of life, too. Maybe you want to be healthier. You don't need to change everything in one day. You can start small. Maybe you walk for 15 minutes instead of sitting. Maybe you drink water instead of soda. Maybe you sleep 30 minutes earlier so you feel better in the morning. These small changes, when you do them every day, make you stronger and healthier. What is special about small sacrifices is this: they feel easier. You don't feel like you are losing too much. You don't feel too tired or too stressed. But slowly, these small sacrifices build a habit. They keep you on the right path. Each small sacrifice is like one small step. And when you take many small steps, you can travel far. You move closer and closer to your dream. Don't wait for the perfect time. Now, here's something very important. Sometimes people wait for the perfect time to start working on their goals. They think, I will wait until I have more time. I will wait until I have more money. I will wait until everything is perfect. But here's the truth: the perfect time may never come. It is better to start now with small sacrifices. You don't need to wait. You don't need to change everything at once. You just need to take one small step at a time. The key to success. So remember this: small sacrifices every day can bring you big success. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to give up everything. But you do need to make small daily choices again and again. These small choices will help you reach your goal. They will help you succeed. Now, I want you to think about your own life. What is one small sacrifice you can make today? Maybe it's 10 minutes of reading in English. Maybe it's saving one small coin instead of spending it. Maybe it's writing just one short sentence in English. Small steps. Small sacrifices. That is the key to big success. Stories of sacrifice and success. And now, let's talk about real stories. Stories of people who made small sacrifices and who found big success. Stories of sacrifice and success. I want to share 2 simple stories with you. These stories will help you understand how people give up small things or make difficult choices because they have a dream. I hope these stories inspire you and show you that you can do it too. Story 1. Omar. The first story is about a young man named Omar. Omar grew up in a small town. His family did not have much money. His parents worked very hard, but life was not easy for them. Omar was the oldest child, and he wanted to help his family. He also had a dream. He wanted to become a doctor so he could help sick people and take care of his parents when they got old. But the road was not easy. To become a doctor, Omar needed to study hard. He needed to go to university, and that cost money. So Omar made sacrifices. Every day after school, he worked in a small shop to earn money. While other boys his age played football or spent time with friends, Omar worked. He helped in the shop and saved every coin. At night, he studied. While his friends watched movies or relaxed, Omar stayed at home with his books. He was often tired. He missed having fun. But he remembered his dream, to become a doctor. Years passed. Because of his small sacrifices every day, Omar saved enough money for university. And because he studied so hard, he did well in school. In the end, Omar became a doctor. He was proud of himself, and his parents were very proud of him too. Omar's success came because he was ready to give up comfort for a bigger dream. His small sacrifices helped him reach his goal. Story 2. Sarah. Now, let's look at another story. This one is about a girl named Sarah. Sarah had a dream too. She wanted to speak English well. She wanted to travel, meet people from different countries, and get a good job. But at first, English was very hard for her. She felt shy when she spoke. She made many mistakes. But Sarah did not give up. She made a choice. Every day she would make a small sacrifice. After school or work, she gave herself 30 minutes to practice English. She listened to podcasts. She read short stories. She spoke to herself in English, even when no one was there. Many times her friends called her to go out or invited her to chat on social media. But Sarah said no. She chose learning instead. It was not easy. Sometimes she felt tired. Sometimes she wanted to just relax. But she kept going because she remembered her dream. And little by little, Sarah improved. After 6 months, she could speak more clearly. After 1 year, she could have conversations. After 2 years, she spoke English with confidence. Because of her small sacrifices every day, Sarah reached her goal. She later got a good job where she used English every day. She also traveled and made friends from many countries. The lesson. These 2 stories show us something important. Success does not come fast. It does not come without work. And it does not come without sacrifice. But small sacrifices made again and again can help us reach our biggest dreams. Omar gave up fun and rest to study and work. Sarah gave up some free time to practice English. And in the end, both of them felt proud, both of them felt happy, and both of them reached their goals. So now I want to ask you, what is your goal? And what small sacrifice can you make today to move closer to it? Remember, you don't need to change everything at once. You just need to take one small step, and then another and another. One day at a time. Your small sacrifices will lead to big success. How to make sacrifices for success. Now that we know why success needs sacrifice, let's talk about how you can do it. Sometimes it is hard to give up the things we enjoy. It's hard to say no to comfort or fun. But if you want to reach your goal, you must learn how to make sacrifices in a smart way. Here's some simple tips that can help you. If you try them every day, They can make a big difference. 1. Plan your goal. Before you can make a sacrifice, you need to know what you want. What is your dream? What do you want to achieve? Is it to speak English better? To get a new job? To pass an exam? Whatever it is, write it down. Make it simple. Make it clear. A clear goal gives you direction. It shows you what to focus on, and it makes it easier to see what you can give up. And when things get hard, your goal will remind you why you started. 2. Choose what to give up. You don't need to give up everything. You just need to give up the things that do not help you reach your goal. Look at your day. Look at how you spend your time. Is there something you can pause, just for a while? Maybe less TV. Maybe less time on social media. Maybe fewer hours on games. You don't need to stop forever. You just need to choose what you can. Give up now so you can give more energy to your dream. And start small. Small changes are easier to keep. Later, if you want, you can make bigger sacrifices. 3. Stay strong when it's hard. There will be times when you feel like giving up. Times when you want to take the easy way. Maybe your friends are having fun and you want to join them. Maybe you're tired and just want to rest. That's normal. We all feel this way. But remember, success does not come from what is easy. Success comes from doing what is right for your goal. When you feel weak, take a deep breath. Remind yourself, this small sacrifice today will bring me closer to my dream. And then keep going. 4. Remember your dream. Your dream is your reason. Your dream gives you strength. When you feel like stopping, picture your dream in your mind. Imagine how proud you will feel when you reach it. Imagine how happy you will be. Hold that picture. Let it push you forward. You can even write your dream on paper and put it where you will see it every day on your wall, in your notebook, or on your phone. Let it remind you, this is why I'm making sacrifices. This is why I'm working hard. These small steps, planning your goal, choosing what to give up, staying strong, and remembering your dream, will help you make sacrifices in a smart and powerful way. Celebrate small wins and final message. When you see your dream clearly, you will remember why you are making these sacrifices. The last tip I want to share is this: celebrate small wins. Success does not happen in one big moment. It happens step by step. Every small step you take is important. Every small sacrifice you make is part of your journey. So take time to feel proud of your progress. Did you study for 30 minutes today? That is a win. Did you choose to practice English instead of watching TV? That is a win. Did you save a little money this week? That is a win. Every small win brings you closer to your big success. And when you celebrate these small wins, you feel happy, you feel strong, and you feel ready to keep going. So remember, making sacrifices for success does not have to be painful or too hard. Start with a clear plan. Choose small things you can give up. Stay strong when it feels difficult. Keep your dream in your heart and mind. And always celebrate your small wins. In this way, your sacrifices will feel lighter, and every day you will see yourself getting closer to your goal. One day, you will look back and feel proud that you stayed on your path. Final words. Now we have come to the end of this episode. Before we finish, I want to leave you with an important message. Every success needs some sacrifice. This is true for me, for you, for everyone. When we want to reach a goal, we must be ready to give up something. Maybe it is free time. Maybe it is comfort. Maybe it is some fun today, so we can have something better tomorrow. But in the end, every small sacrifice is worth it. When you finally see your success, you will feel proud. You will feel happy. And you will not regret the things you gave up. You will see that the journey, with all its challenges, helped you grow stronger. So I want you to stop for a moment and think. What is your dream? What is something you really want to achieve? It does not have to be big. It can be as simple as learning 5 new English words this week, or speaking English for 2 minutes without stopping, or saving a little money for something useful. And now ask yourself, what small sacrifice can I make today to move closer to that dream? Because every small sacrifice you make today is a step toward your big success tomorrow. Maybe you can give up just 10 minutes of watching TV. Maybe you can put your phone aside for 15 minutes. Or maybe you can wake up a little earlier tomorrow. It doesn't have to be a big change. Even small sacrifices made every day can bring big results over time. The most important thing is to start. Take one small step today. Make one small sacrifice today and keep going. Day by day, you will see progress. Now, I want to invite you to practice speaking with me. You can do this right now. Repeat after me. Every success needs sacrifice. Small sacrifices bring big success. I can choose a small sacrifice today to help my future. When you say these sentences out loud, you are practicing your English speaking. And at the same time, you are reminding yourself of today's lesson. If you like, you can also share your ideas with a friend. Tell them about your dream. Tell them about the small sacrifice you want to make today. When you speak about your goal, it becomes stronger in your mind. It helps you stay focused. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I hope it has helped you learn something useful, and I hope it has given you practice with your English. Remember, success is a journey. Every step you take, every small sacrifice you make, brings you closer to your dream. Keep going. Keep believing in yourself. And never give up. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Until then, take care.